Hi there, my name is Benjamin Rothrock, popularly known as the Grizzly, and I am going to tell you how it is that I got here. My martial arts journey started when I was living in Atlanta, Georgia with my family. I was about 7 or 8 years old when I got very inspired watching the Rocky movies and decided that I wanted to pursue a life in combat sports. Initially as a boxer, because boxing was very readily available at the time. A couple years into that journey, my family moved back here to North Carolina, where boxing is not as readily available. And it was at that time that I made a transition to other martial arts, specifically Silim Kung Fu and Arnis for a few years and some time doing Kenpo Karate. I am a career soldier, currently serving in the North Carolina Army National Guard as a health services officer. Started out enlisted. My roots are with the field artillery. Did tours on Operation Noble Eagle, Operation Iraqi Freedom, and I served a year on Task Force Marshal as a drill sergeant before I went through the direct commission process. And in that time, I ascended through the Modern Army Combatives program and currently hold a credential as a Modern Army Combatives program master trainer. That kind of brought me to where I'm at today. I studied for a long time and I'm still a member of the American School of Self-Defense. I've earned my 4th degree black belt in American Combat Jiu-Jitsu, which is a hard jiu-jitsu style that is descended from Danzanryu, which is the Hawaiian style of jiu-jitsu that was the first style actually taught in the United States. It was brought here turn of the century 1900s by Shishiro Henry Okazaki. Judo is an extremely strong component of American Combat Jiu-Jitsu. Professor Maynard, the founder, had at one point been a state heavyweight judo champion in this area, and it's kind of always been my favorite part, and that was what led me to start my pursuit of judo, initially through the Greensboro Judo Club, who I still have a partnership with, and I am now a student affiliate under Sensei Graham Hockley, formerly of the British Army and British National Judo teams, and he's an officer with the British Judo Association. And I've earned my 2nd degree black belt under him, and I have been competing at the state level, regional level in judo for a while. But it was through judo competition and through the judo scene that I was eventually introduced to Coach Leo Yefimov. Coach Leo is a naturalized U.S. citizen, formerly of the Soviet Union. He did compulsory service with the Soviet Army, and it was after the wall fell that he was able to come here with his family and became an American citizen. But while he was in the Soviet Union, he earned his Master of Sport in both Judo and Sambo. And it was through him that, even though I'd heard of Sambo and you know, read up on it, watched documentaries and all of these things, it was through him that I was really, truly and in earnest exposed to the sport for the first time. And I remember when I first approached him about it, I asked him, well, how does one, earn rank and credentialing in Sambo? And he said, there's no rank. There's no rank. There's only competition. I said, well, teach me Sambo. Like, I want to learn. And he was explaining to me that well, all of these components that are part of Sambo, you've been getting through Judo and American Combat Jiu-Jitsu and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this whole time. There's the punching and kicking, the throwing, the joint locking, like the mat work that are core components of all these things. It's like, that's what Sambo is. But what makes Sambo is competition. And at that time, when Coach Leo and I first started working together, Sambo competitions just were not available in this area. So I was doing a lot of judo, and I've done sports jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, throughout the years. So that was kind of how competitively I was expressing myself. The first Sambo competition came to this area when a school called Kai Tai Academy in Wilson, North Carolina, hosted one of the Riley Bodycomb Our Dojo League Sambo competitions at their school. And it was the first ever North Carolina State Sambo Championship. It was considered an independent tournament, but and meaning not affiliated with USA Sambo or FIAS, but I wanted to go. And I didn't even have the right gear. I walked in, I had a black kimono gi top and black shorts, and I had a red belt and a blue belt for scoring purposes, and I had like these ratty wrestling shoes that were just like falling apart and had holes in them. But I went and I competed, and I won my weight class. So I have the dubious honor of being the first heavyweight state champion in North Carolina Sambo history. So the question became, where do things go from here? And so upon talking to some people within the Sambo community, especially up north, it was suggested that I go to the Sambo National Championships is hosted by USA Sambo. And at this point in my career, I have been to the Nationals 3 times. I have found my way by hook or by crook to the medal stand all 3 times, and even participated in the New York Open and managed to score a silver. And it was as a result of those efforts that I was approached by Team USA Sambo's head coach, Coach Bob Clark, about being on the U.S. team for the World Masters Open, which is to take place in Minsk, Belarus, this November 2020. So that's what's next for me, and that's how I got here. So the one thing about it is that the Masters team does not receive the financial assistance that the seniors and the cadets do, so it's kind of up to us to self-sponsor, and it's been a rough year for everybody because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So I am reaching out to anyone interested, anyone listening and interested in sponsoring through the Southeastern Sambo Association. It's a 501c organization, so all donations are tax deductible, and each donation threshold comes with a gift as a thank you for your support. But I sincerely hope to make everyone proud, and I am honored and humbled to have been asked to be a part of Team USA.